Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where I make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. Number 10 is the generic loading screen that they use when no other loading screen is available. And it's been around since actual vanilla WoW, and I'm pretty sure it actually stems from Warcraft 3. I believe it's a Griffin Rider from everything that I've researched, which isn't a lot, but from the couple of comments I read, it seems to be a Warcraft 3 Griffin Rider that they kind of just, they're like, hey, we need a loading screen for World of Warcraft, so let's use this. And they pretty much still use this to this very day for whenever a loading screen isn't available. So, I had to put it on the list. I think it's got some cool history. That's why it's number 10. Number 9 is the Twin Peaks Battleground loading screen from the World of Warcraft Cataclysm. This is actually dating back quite a bit now when you think about it. But it reminds me a lot of just a Hobbit town. You've got like the really nice aesthetic in the mountains with the grass and the grass growing on the walls. And it just looks like a very homey, cozy town. And obviously it's a battleground, so it's anything but cozy. But it's, I don't know, it gives off that Lord of the Rings vibe. You know what I mean? I really enjoy that kind of mixed in with World of Warcraft. The battleground itself is okay. I'm not a huge fan of the actual battleground. But hey, you know what? This loading screen, I think it's good stuff. So it's number 9. Number 8 is the Razorfen Downs loading screen. And I just love this one because there's this guy who's kind of creeping through Razorfen Downs. You got all the bristly bramble and the torches and the lighting in the background. It just, I think it really encapsulates what a dungeon or an instance is, right? You're going into this place for the first time and you're like, I don't know what's around the next corner, right? I got my torch and my no weapon. Yeah, why does he not have a weapon? He's just got a torch. Like, or wait, does he have is that an arrow thing on his back? Hold on. I can't even zoom in. Can I just... he might have a quiver on his back, but he's got no bow. Or maybe it's a bat. Listen, if you know what that is, tell me. But this guy's got no weapon. He's walking into RFD. And I didn't realize that till now. It's like, this is a really cool thing, right? He's like dungeon exploring going in, like, who knows what's in here? But really, this guy's like level 1. Even a level 1 has a weapon. So, I guess the torch is a weapon. Either way, I think it's a cool loading screen. So it's number 8. Number 7 is the Everbloom. And I bet you didn't think I'd be using a Warlords of Draenor loading screen, but here we are. So what I really like about the Everbloom is how the roots kind of organically, overtake the loading screen, right? You've got them coming off the screen. You've got the one plant in the top right kind of extending over where the Draenor, banner logo thing is, and then on the bottom right, you got that root coming in. And it feels like the actual plants are overtaking the screen. Which there's a lot of loading screens now that kind of do it, but I feel like this was just, a pretty unique loading screen, and I really like that that touch that they added in for this one. Plus, it's just a really nice aesthetic loading screen, so it's number 7. Number 6 is Icecrown Citadel, and I love this one because it feels like you're going into this evil empire, right? You've got this dark, kind of stormy-looking environment with the clouds parting at the top of the castle or the citadel, and you're loading in and you're going into Arthas's, you're going into his home, right? This is it. When you go in here, you're like, oh my god, dude, like, this is what I've been waiting for since Warcraft 3. And you walk up these stairs into this place and it's like, there's no actual music, I just added that, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I think it really does a good job of making you feel like you're going in to fight the final boss. And I think that's pretty cool. And that's what I say. I literally say that about every single thing. I'm like, and that's pretty cool. So that's pretty cool. That's number 6. Number 5 is Alterac Valley. And I feel like this Alterac Valley loading screen, is pretty much as old as World of Warcraft itself, right? It didn't come out with actual WoW, but it's pretty old. And I think it does a good job of kind of encapsulating. I've been using that word too a lot, encapsulating. It's a good word, all right? The old school vibe of WoW. You got that orc on the right. You got the old school dwarf on the left. And they got some old school gear as well. You got the big spiky pauldrons for the orc and those kind of, you know, Kodo fur gloves or whatever they are. And then the dwarf has, he looks like he has purple fingers, like a frostbite, and his mustache and cape are blown in the wind. And you can hear the sound of that musket, you know? You just look at that thing and you just hear the like, that was a very bad imitation, but you know, you probably heard the real sound in your head. And I'm sure there's some people that just hate this loading screen because they've probably been farming Alterac Valley and Classic WoW for like 1,000 hours. But listen, it's a cool loading screen, alright? It's number 5. And number 4 is the old Kalimdor loading screen. I didn't realize that rhymed until I was saying it out loud. But this is one of my favorite loading screens, just even before Classic WoW came back. I loved this loading screen. You've got, I think that's the same orc as the Alterac Valley one, isn't it? It looks like he's got the same pauldrons, I think the same hair and the same ear. I didn't realize that till now. Wow, that's the same orc as the Alterac Valley. Dude, I'm having some realizations. And then you got, you know, the Night Elf and the Troll and the Tauren. You know, the Tauren, I used to think his face was, I don't know what I used to think that face where he's like screaming, like if you look close you'll see it's a Tauren yelling, but I used to see not that. I used to see like a weird morphed face or something. I don't know what I used to saw. Now that I saw what I saw, I can't unsee what I can see, but I assure you, I used to see something else in what I saw. And if you think you see something else, comment down below what you see, because maybe that'll refresh my memory on what I saw. If you followed through that entire thing, then my God, I don't know how you're doing it, but that's why you're still watching this video, and we're moving on to number 3. Number 3 is Snowy Arathi Basin, and this one happened in Legion. I actually did a video on the Snowy Arathi Basin when it came out, and I just love this loading screen. It's a little more modernized, of course, and it kind of goes with the whole theme of like the actual map taking over the borders, but they really run with it, right? Like you can barely even tell there's borders in the background. Like the trees covering it, the smoke and the building, and you got the bottom right, the snow just overtakes the entire border. And you've got this big snowstorm and the lighting and the colors. I really enjoy this loading screen, even if it is more of a modern loading screen, but it's a really nice one to look at. And so I would, you know, even if they had to swap out the old like placement loading screen with the dwarf flying on the griffin, I'd just swap it in for this. And people be like, why am I loading into Arathi Basin? And be like, I don't know, looks cool. So that's number 3. Number 2 is the old Zul'Aman loading screen back from Burning Crusade, before they changed it. And what I love about this old loading screen is just the art style. Like it looks like it's sketched, but at the same time, it looks like it's not sketched, right? It feels like I don't know, it's a really cool art style where it's like a sketch, but it's like an intentional sketch. And then they got like some colored pencil coloring, and there's like the background that's kind of shaded in, and I don't know, there's something really cool about it, and I wish they didn't change it, but they did. And I think it's one of the classics of World of Warcraft. So Zul'Aman, number 2. And for number 1, I'm going to be cheating a little bit. It's going to be 3 different loading screens. So the first is the Northrend Arthas loading screen when it originally came out, and it looked like Arthas had potato fingers. And without really even saying anything, they actually edited it because of how many people complained of how his fingers look like potatoes to this one, which was the normal one for a while. And he didn't have potato fingers. And then, once Wrath of the Lich King was over, we got the Bolvar loading screen of him, you know, just sitting there being like, bah, and turn into a meme. And so I feel like these series of loading screens for Northrend really have been on like a 3-part journey. You know, this is the beginning, middle, and end for Northrend. And, you know, that may change with Bolvar at some point, but, you know, right now, this is quite the trilogy. So we'll see if a new chapter opens up in the near future. But that is number 1. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, be notified when I upload videos, or hit the bell to be super notified when I upload videos, because sometimes hitting subscribe isn't good enough. You gotta hit the bell. Unless you don't want to, you know, do whatever you want. Also, if you really enjoy Pointless Top 10s, I've actually got a lot of Pointless Top 10s from over the years. Some are like 5 years old, some are only like a year and a half old. It's been a while since I uploaded one of these, but I've done Pointless Top 10 roads, and ceilings, and grass, and mineral nodes, and, you know, NPCs in the middle of nowhere. I've done a lot of these, so go watch those. I'll put the playlist up and maybe a link to another one. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya!